Hi everyone, Becca here. Today I'm going to show you how I make super easy bagels. Let's get started. In a bowl of a stand mixer, add your warm water, yeast, which I did off camera, sugar, and 1 tablespoon of milk. You can let that sit to make sure it bubbles, unless you know your yeast is alive, and add the flour and salt. Make sure the salt is on top of the flour, and you can mix that in first before you start mixing in the stand mixer. You on low speed, and just keep mixing until it becomes a nice dough. It comes all together, and there's nothing left on the sides of the bowl. And once that's done, I kneaded it by hand for a few seconds and made it into a ball. I'm not going to put it into a different bowl. I'm just going to let it rise inside of the stand mixer bowl. So I'll just spraying a little bit of oil and putting the dough inside, covering it, and just let it sit for about an hour or until you see it's doubled in size. But once it's doubled in size, then you can punch all the air out, and on a clean surface, I'm gonna cut it up into 8 equal pieces. Once you've divided all 8 pieces, then make each piece into a round ball by either rolling that into your hand or rolling it onto the flat surface. And just do that with all of the 8 pieces. There's 2 ways that you can make them into bagels. One is just poking a hole in the middle like this. Make sure that you have a big hole in the middle. You can also make the bagels New York style by rolling the dough into kind of like a log, with the 2 ends being smaller than the middle, and then wrapping it around one hand and just squeezing the 2 ends together. Either way, we have to let the bagels grow again or proof them for a second time for about 45 minutes. And while you're doing that, you can get your water ready. Boiled water with honey, baking soda, and a little bit of salt. And once you have that to a nice boil and your bagels are nice and puffy, then you can add them to the water and let them cook in the water for about 30 seconds each side. So after the first 30 seconds, turn each bagel over and let them keep boiling for 30 seconds, and then take them out and put them on a baking sheet that you're going to use to bake them on with parchment paper. And I also put a little bit of cornmeal, which is optional. And once all your bagels are out of the water, then I use egg wash, which is 1 egg beaten into a bowl with about a teaspoon of water, and just put that on the bagels before you bake them. If you want to add a topping, you should do that now. But for these, I'm just leaving them plain. Make sure you let them cool before you cut them open. And these are some bagels I made the same exact way, but when I put on the egg wash, I also put on some everything bagel seasoning. You can enjoy them with cream cheese or make them into a sandwich. Either way, enjoy.